if you want Silver Eagles, this is the best time since 2019. And for those collectors out there, I would think that the 2023 Silver Eagle would be very, very demanded because I can't imagine that the mintage will be amount to much of anything. I don't know if you've looked at the recent mint numbers, Chris, but I can't imagine that they're very much at all. My guess would be 7 or 8 million so far or less. I'm not sure. That's just a guess, but if that is the case, that puts it down as one of the lowest mintages ever. So I think that's something for people to consider.
The mintage of Silver Eagles varies from year to year, with some years being rarer than others. The rarest Silver Eagles are the 1995 and 2011 coins, with only 30,125 and 99,882 coins minted, respectively. The year with the fewest bullion Silver Eagles made is 1996, with only 3,603,386 coins minted. In contrast, 2015 saw a record-breaking mintage of 47 million bullion Silver Eagle. Andy Schectman, CEO of Miles Franklin, emphasizes that it is a great time to buy Silver Eagles since 2019. This is because the mintage has been low in recent years, and there is a potential for the coins to appreciate in value. He estimates that the mintage for 2023 could be as low as 7 or 8 million coins, or even less. The U.S. Mint sold 16 million American Eagle silver coins in 2022, a decrease of 43.5% from 2021. Analysts say the decline in sales was not due to a lack of investor interest. Global demand for silver bullion remained strong in 2022, as evidenced by record-high premiums for American Eagle coins. Schectman highlights that Silver Eagle prices have been going up recently after a period of decline. He believes that now is a good time to buy Silver Eagles for those who have been interested in doing so. Just before you watch the Andy Schectman interview and learn more about market trends, consider subscribing to our channel and give this video a big thumbs up. Silver prices have been declining in recent weeks, reaching their lowest level in 11 weeks. However, Schectman believes that this is actually good for the business. He says that there is a lot of demand for silver on markets like COMEX and LBMA, and big investors are buying a lot of it. This suggests that the price of silver is likely to rebound in the near future. Schectman notes that buying gold and silver isn't solely for profit but for their industrial roles. Silver demand surpassing industrial use has led to rising premiums due to increased interest in precious metals.
I noticed starting to move up in premium again would be, of course, the Silver Eagle. Everything else has, for the last 3 weeks that we've been focusing on premiums, talking about them leveling off, I would say that's a fair statement, a fair assessment. They have leveled off. They haven't really gone higher, and they haven't gone lower. But the Silver Eagles have. And, it's interesting. We purchased, and I'm dead serious about this and happy for anyone to try to refute it. We purchased almost 1/2 of the entire allocation that the U.S. Mint put out, almost 400,000 coins over a very short period of time, and they have just disappeared. The Silver Eagle market is on fire, and people, I think, there are a lot of reasons. You have the states that are using silver and gold as legal tender, and more and more and more of them signing up to it. And you have the fact that people really have not had a chance to accumulate or own any Silver Eagles without paying an exorbitant premium for 4 years. And so they have been on a tear, and not just with Miles Franklin, everybody has blown through them in a crazy fashion. And so you're beginning to see premiums rise again. The Mint said that they would double allocation, but in the end, 2023 is going to be a very, very small mintage year in comparison to previous years. So, doubling from a very small number, while it's significant, it's still, I would argue, going to be a paltry number based upon the demand. And if the demand and the price were, if the price was where it had been prior to 2019 forever, the Silver Eagles, they could have made 50 million silver eagles the last 3 years, every single year, and easily sold out of production. So yes, they've come down a lot, and yes, they've been hugely accumulated and scooped up. And yes, premiums are beginning to rise again. Is this going to be sustained? I guess we shall see. But my advice to people who have wanted to buy silver eagles for the past several years is you're not going to find a better time to do it than right now. At least that is true of more or less almost the last 4 years. All it takes is one more event. And I think enough people understand that. The people who would be frustrated would be the people who wanted to buy gold and silver to make a profit, to get rich. That's not the reason to do it. You may very well do it. The fundamentals behind silver are incredibly compelling for that. But if you're looking at it as protection from what's happening and what's going to happen, then no, there isn't that angst. And quite frankly, our business is much stronger when the price comes down. And there's enough information out there to keep people from freaking out based upon the performance. You can see what's happening. You can see the huge demand on COMEX and the deliveries off of the LBMA and COMEX and the ETFs. You can see the big money buying it and standing for delivery. And as you and I talked about before the show here, you can also see that the commercial banks are net long in silver, and the managed money is net short. And for those of you who understand COMEX, that's like you have a Molotov cocktail and a lighter in your hand, and all you got to do is touch it, because that's the environment where the commercial banks will make all of this money as the price goes up, and the short managed money who never win this game will have to cover those shorts. This is something you really don't see very often in terms of a bullish backdrop. Well, that's as bullish as it would ever get, in my opinion, from a COT perspective, a commitment to traders report right there.
Schectman points out the U.S. Mint struggled to meet demand for American silver eagles due to supply issues, sparking rumors of material shortages and production limits. Low sales at the U.S. Mint in 2022 have raised concerns. Michael Fulgens of Universal Coin and Bullion noted systemic problems affecting silver coin production and supply, potentially causing high premiums to continue in 2023. Sunshine Mining, a major supplier of U.S. Mint silver blanks, is operating at full capacity to meet rising worldwide and domestic demand, while facing supply chain and labor shortage challenges in the silver market. Andy believes that worldwide demand for both industrial and investment purposes might be affecting the availability of silver coins. Demand for silver, specifically the American Silver Eagle coin produced by the U.S. Mint, is very much alive and well. The U.S. Mint reported it sold over 30 million silver eagles as recently as 2020. In 2023, the Silver Institute expects global demand for silver to slip to 1.15 billion ounces. Let's get back to the interview.
The supply and demand cross represents, a price where supply and demand find equilibrium. Well, that's where they were. And if you're a U.S. Mint, primary distributor, and you have all sorts of dealers all around the world that are asking you, I need to buy eagles, sell me what you got, and you don't know what the next month looks like dealing with the U.S. Mint, who has been incredibly inefficient and really hasn't, been very good at communicating to the industry as to why they haven't been meeting demand. And there were all sorts of rumors. Was it a shortage of blanks, or was there something more nefarious going on? Were they stockpiling? And then you had that interview that Big Swear did prior to the one with the U.S. Mint. He did the one with Sunshine Mint, where the owner or the CEO of Sunshine Mint dispelled the rumor of it being blanks, because he said, no, the Mint delivers us COMEX bars that they take off the exchange, and they deliver to us, and then we make the blanks for them. So there wasn't a shortage of blanks, because they were taking contracts and bars and delivering it directly to Sunshine, who was making the rounds for them. It was more along the lines of the interview Bix did, where the gentleman said that he was told to limit production to the extent that it doesn't create a riot, and that the primary distributors in 2022 wanted 36 million coins and were given 12 million at a certain part during the year. So when you talk about all sorts of shenanigans with the US Mint. I've given up trying to figure it out why they've done this, other than in the back of my mind, it would make sense that on behalf of the US government, they are stockpiling silver as an industrial and strategic metal. We've shown its uses in industrial applications, green and digital, but it's also used copiously in military applications and in artillery, missiles, as an example. And when you've given away so much of our stockpile, where we've given away so much of our artillery, and these missiles, the Stinger missiles and the Patriot missiles, all have lots of silver in them, 500 ounces in the tip of a Tomahawk cruise missile. And when you're giving these away to the Ukraine, the need for silver to replenish this grows. And in fact, I just read a report the other day where the Department of Defense cites a shortage in the silver market, to where they're paying $30 an ounce now to get silver for their military applications. So when you talk about an asset that is needed in military and industrial applications, that is competing with people all around the world in those capacities, on top of competing with the world in its monetary capacity. If you told me, 20 years from now, when the truth came out that the Mint was stockpiling on behalf of the US government on more of a strategic basis, or withholding the amount of demand, that trying to hold it back, just giving it enough to keep people from revolting so that they could restock the shelves for the US government, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know that to be true, but all I can tell you is that for the first time in 4 years, they're reasonable enough to buy, and you've seen a lot of people jump on that, and that's really the reason the premiums are going up. I don't think the supply has normalized. I don't think we're going back to normal, because already we're seeing premiums go up, and we've sold out of everything that we had, and we had a ton, and we won't have our next supply until next.
Demand for silver coins is strong, but supply is facing challenges. The challenges faced by the U.S. Mint, coupled with concerns about supply chain disruptions, have spurred discussions about the future of silver coin availability and premiums. What do you think the future holds for the demand for silver coins? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel, and currently 93% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. Help us reach 2,000 subscribers.